So good morning. It's 6:30 Sunday morning and it's going to be 27 degrees, so quite hot today. So I'm down here early to give it all a good water, and I hope stuff has survived because it was hot yesterday as well. How are you coping with the watering? Because it's quite hard work to keep up with it. Right, here's my plot. So everything survived. No more squashes have been decimated. Sunflowers are still alive. Peas are still alive. Sweet corn, tomato plants, they're all still alive. So I'm happy. Well, it's 7:30. I got a little bit more harvest and I'm just finishing watering. So I'm going to have to get back to my home garden and give that a water. Hope you enjoy the heat today and that your gardens don't suffer from it. Bye for now. So I've just resown some winter squash, some pumpkins and stuff, because I'm fed up of the slugs eating them. So I've got some, they're in these, and there's red curry squash, there's a few mammoth, and then there's some Halloween, traditional looking pumpkins. So they're in these dishes. I'm going to sprout them in there. So add some water, put another damp kitchen towel on top, and then hopefully once they've sprouted I'll then put them into some soil and in the greenhouse. Fingers crossed these come up, because the other winter squash I sowed in the greenhouse, it's been probably at least a couple of weeks and there's still no sign of anything coming up. I'm getting really frustrated. How are you doing with things that you're trying to grow and then the slugs demolish? So I'm finally getting on with weeding this bed and starting to plant up. Starting with this bed, I'm weeding it, and then I'm going to put some lettuce transplants in, and then I'm going to sow some lettuce with some fresh seed. I've been putting it off all day, but at least it's been done now. So I finished that one bed. I've dug out some soil and then mixed in some compost, and let me show you. Yeah, I'm mucky and hot, but it's good to get one bed done. So there's beetroot in there and there's some lettuce. I was going to sow some lettuce in there, but I thought it was better to just get the beetroot into the ground. One bed down, 6 to go. So it's gone cloudy now, but let me show you what I've done. In that bed and that bed, I've dug out a load of soil, put it over there, and then mixed in compost. But in these 3 beds, I just shoved the tomatoes in. Oh, look, there's a mouse. I don't think it realises I'm here. Anybody know what sort? That's definitely a mouse. Well, it's not a rat. Amber, come here. Quick, Gussie. Gussie, Gussie, Gussie. Amber, over here. Amber, here. Amber, here. Over there. Over there. It's a mouse. Daft dog. Didn't see it. Anyway. Amber, away from my plants. So, I'm gonna put compost on top of these when I can get some, and that bed, when I uncover it, I would dig out some soil, put it over there, and then improve the soil, and then I'll sow some salad crops there. I'm pretty sure the mice live down here because I've seen them around this area before. I'd rather have, what, they field mice or voles than rats. Good morning. I've got a whole long list of things I need to get done today. Weeding, planting out, harvesting the onions and the garlic, all sorts. I don't know how much of it I'll achieve, but I'll see if I can get as much done as I can. Here we go. So I'm working on clearing the weeds and the stuff from this bed in front of the greenhouse, so then I can plant the courgettes in it. Hopefully it won't take me too long. So I've cleared this bed apart from, I've left the poppies in. I think those will look nice. Next is to plant the courgettes out into it, because I think it's clear enough now. So I want to harvest my garlic and my onions, because those are overwintered onions and they keep trying to go to seed, so I'm just going to harvest them all, because today and tomorrow it's nice, and then we get rain on Thursday morning, and then next week it's a lot more changeable, so I think it's the right time to get it out. Yes, look at this garlic, but feeling that the little cloves have actually split as well, or at least some of them have. So I should be able to use the garlic even if it doesn't look normal. Yes, look. So this is all the garlic that grew well and grew as it should do. There's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think there's about 15 there. So I'll have to work out how many I need to save for next year, and I'll put those away and store appropriately. Now these are the garlic that split and regrew all in the 1 year, like the plants thought it was 2 years. But I can still use it. It won't store as long, I don't think, but I will still use it. So I let it out on this strawberry bed. Don't worry, I'm not squashing any strawberries because there's no actual strawberries that are formed for these bubble berries yet. So I've let the garlic out on there to dry whilst I'm down here today, and I will then take it home and probably dry it in the greenhouse. Well, it's the end of another long hot day. It must be about 3:30 in the afternoon, possibly 4, but probably 3:30. Haven't got done all that I wanted, but I'm happy with what I did. Let me show you. Bed, planted out the courgettes, drying my whole garlic there. And the other big job I did was I dug out the garlic from this bed, weeded it, there were lots of weeds, and I've planted in my spare sweet corn and the jack-o'-lantern, because I discovered it's not a small climbing pumpkin, it's a big kind of Halloween type one. And if we go down, that's where I'm drying the garlic that had kind of split and then regrown. And if I come down over here, that's my original sweet corn, and I've planted the other part of what's in the other bed on the end here. Well, because we have some rain due on Thursday and some more rain next week, I was thinking, oh no, I'm just going to have to re-sow my carrots and parsnips again. But then I had a look in the bed, and it looks like there are a few coming up. So I'll have to see whether I need to re-sow them or not. So, bye for now. See you tomorrow. So morning, I've only got a couple of hours down the plot today, so I hope to dig up the onions, maybe the other lot of garlic, and sort out my black plastic. So I have enough to cover beds here, as bed covers in the winter, but the excess I'm going to take home to help me at home. We'll see how much I get through. Well, that was a lot quicker than I thought. Half an hour. The soil in that bed is a lot better than in the garlic bed. Let me show you the harvest. So these are the red onions from sets. I had to pull them up, they kept going to seed. So not the biggest, but not tiny, and more importantly, no white rot. These here were my shallots. I've not grown them before. They're okay, harvest. Not big, but I think they're supposed to taste sweeter than an individual onion. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think I've decided for now I'm going to risk leaving the garlic that's in this bed a bit longer. I don't want to be digging around the strawberries today. It's going to be too hard. The soil will be too hard. So I've got about an hour left, so I'm going to water the more important crops that dry out quicker, and I'm going to sort out my black plastic so I can take home any excess, and then I'll probably have to go. So I'll update you with the plastic, but bye for now. I don't know what bird that was, but it keeps being around my beds. Don't know if it's trying to nick peas or strawberries. Oh well. Look what was hiding. Look at my black plastic. I'm so glad I still have them on my plot. So I've got to sort out this mess of black plastic. But over here, where the 3 stones are, that's 1.2 meters and that's 2.4 meters. So I can roughly cut this bigger plastic into the right size beds. I can cut the plastic into the right size for the beds. So I've got 12 of these sheets cut to size. I think there's 13 beds and the greenhouse beds. So that's enough cutting for today. I'll do the rest of it on another day. Time to put my harvest into a basket and to go. Well, I'm off home now. I've got all the garlic and the onions, and there's shallots in there as well, and shallots there. There was more than I had room in those 2 baskets. So yeah, I'll have to dry it out at home, in my greenhouse at home. So I'm hot, I gotta go, got other things to do. Bye for now. Just a few onions and garlic. No more room on the back seat. Okay, morning, it's Thursday. So due to the weather over the next few days and the rain we had last night, we've got more rain due tomorrow. I think more rain on Sunday, and then there's bits of rain next week. I'm actually going to clear this bed and sow some salad seeds, because then the lettuce and that should come up nicely. And I'm going to go down the allotment and I'm going to re-sow carrots and parsnips, because then hopefully they should come up as well. Let's see what I can actually achieve. No surprise, within 10 minutes of being out here I've been bitten, and I've not even scratched it. That's how I react to bugs biting me. I'm going to have to go put some trousers on. Well, that's the salad bed sown. I have spring onion, white Lisbon. I've got radish, mixed leaves, Suffolk punch mix. I've got some more spring onion in the middle. Then turnip, corn salad, mizuna and mustard. There's a bee in there. Yummy strawberries that were in the back garden. So, morning, I'm down the plot now. I finished my sowing at home. Now I'm going to carefully re-sow carrots, because some of them have come up in the carrot bed, but not as many as I would like. And I need to totally re-sow the parsnips. But with all the rain due, that shouldn't be a problem. You know, it's not every day, but there should be enough for it not to totally dry out and for it to germinate properly. Well, this is the carrot bed re-sowed. I've tried to match the lines that I had before because they were marked with these sticks. So I sprinkled some more carrot seed in the lines, and then I don't know if you can see, I've sprinkled lines of compost on top, just a thin layer on top of the seed. I will now put the nets back over and just leave it, because we've got loads of rain due tomorrow. So here I am at the parsnip bed, and I'll show you that some have come up. So that is a parsnip. That is not. That is a parsnip. That is a parsnip. That is not. Over here there is a parsnip. Over here there are 2 parsnips. That is not a parsnip. That is not a parsnip. So, unlike last year, when I weeded my parsnip seedlings, I am a little bit more knowledgeable as to what is a parsnip and what is a weed at the very young seed stage. So I'm going to sow a few more in here. I'm not going to try and get in around the back. I might sow some more parsnips in another bed. Now, although the parsnip does not need covering, I've covered it just to keep the birds off, the fox off, and hopefully it will help retain a tiny bit of moisture. Once I see seedlings coming up, then I'll take the cover off properly. But for now, it can be up there. So I just sowed a few more parsnips in here. We'll see whether they come up. I've held off sowing like any carrots or anything like that in that bed. And obviously I re-sowed the carrots today in the other bed. I want to wait and see whether I need that space for extra squash plants. If not, I'll sow some more carrots. But I'm going to hold off on sowing anything today in it. Oh, I am dripping. Hot and sweaty. Well, I've cleared and covered that, and that bed, and a bit of the walkway here. There were some really big things that were about to go to seed, so I just roughly dug them up, chucked them onto the cardboard, and it all acts as mulch. But there's some, I haven't got the energy to, some weeds to pull up. Maybe on Monday. I hope they haven't got a seed by then. I'm going back onto my plot now. So I'm in the car. I've just got to the allotment. I'm filming in here because actually it's quite windy and it's quite grey out today. It's due to rain at 11 in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. So we'll see how much I can get done. I've come down here because I finally found the spare spool thing of string for the strimmer, because when I last ordered them from the internet, I ordered 2 at a time. So I've already used one up, and that's why the strimmer wasn't doing a great job, was because there wasn't enough string left on the end of it. So I'm going to swap that over, see if I can strim. I know what the battery's life is like, so I'll probably get one side done. Might be lucky to get a bit of the second side, but that'll probably be it. And then as long as it's not raining lots, I want to tidy up all the weeds that I've chucked onto the paths, so it looks a bit tidier. And I must harvest some broccoli and cauliflower because it's trying to flower. It's going, you know, a little bit past it, so hopefully I'll get this done and it won't rain on me, but at least I've got the rain mac today if it does. So as long as it's not too heavy, I can carry on. Okay, bye for now. Time to strim this long mess. Well, it was that long. I didn't quite get to the end, but most of it's done. The other path will have to wait till Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going to weed this bed, then this one, and then work my way along, making sure beds are weeded and paths are swept. So I've weeded about half the plot. That stuff down there as far as the first strawberry bed. This side didn't need so much because I've already done it. So there are some here and there that are ripe. I don't think it's going to be loads, but come next week there should be lots, because there's lots that are formed like this. So let's see what I can find. So with the strawberries there was a lot of nearly ripe enough but not quite. So I got a few, but a couple of days time, early next week, there should be lots ready, as long as I can get them before the wildlife. So with the broccoli and the cauliflower, it's all about timing. This cauliflower past its best. This cauliflower and broccoli I can just about get away with it, but it's not the best it can be. I guess I need to get better at the timings of when to pick it. I thought if I left it a bit longer, the head might go a bit bigger, but I guess the weather had other ideas and it went a bit past it. Oh well. So it's starting to spit a bit. I've harvested a few strawberries, a bit of cauliflower and broccoli, and I'm going to go home now and charge my Struma battery for the next time I'm down. Well, I hope you have a good weekend.